All right, we live.
It's Friday.
Sending data. Sending data. Streaming. We streaming. Streaming on YouTube. We streaming on YouTube.
Stop.
All right, we're streaming on X, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble.
Oh, good. We're ready to go.
You got
some trailers. Hey, watch your language. Trailers. Watch your language.
You watch your language.
We got to watch our language for a good 10 minutes.
10 minutes? No, man, we got to be 15 minutes, dog.
Okay, 15 minutes. No cussing.
15 minutes, dog.
So, kiss my bum.
Oh, yeah? Well, Grant. F you.
Oh. I hope you step in horse excrement and fall.
Oh, yeah? Kiss my ace.
Eat fecal matter.
Oh, wow. What a burn. All right, Grant. Let me retweet us. Let me retweet. What is it called now? It's not tweets anymore. So what is it called? Repost? Repost?
Is that what it's called? I don't think I've ever noticed. I don't think I've ever looked.
I mean, what is it? It's not a retweet because it's no longer a Twitter.
Well,
no longer tweets.
Let me see what they call it. Let's see. Let me just find the right.
What do they call it, Grant? Tell us.
Tell us, Grant. It's repost.
Repost. That's what I just said. So I was right.
Repost.
I was right.
We're not taking score here.
Yep, I'm right. You're wrong.
We don't take score around here. Everybody gets orange slices and the participation trophy around here.
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me? All right, dude. I retweeted us. We're good.
Okay.
Or repost.
No, yeah, but don't get sued.
All right. Go to YouTube. We got some trailers. Buddy.
Let's go ahead and get that copyright on us. Bam.
Got some trailers, buddy. Uh-oh. Got to put my phone on silent, buddy.
Nobody's calling you. No, I didn't even hear it. Literally nobody heard it.
No, man. There's just rumble popping up and all these messages.
Nobody.
These messages.
It's spam.
Oh man, we might have to delay the podcast.
No, it's a spam email saying, "Hey, do you need some Viagra for $5 a pill?" or whatever.
I think one of them was. Okay. All right, Grant. Let's do some trailers.
All right.
Let me know when you see my screen. All right, sharing now. You see that, buddy?
I do. I see that. What you been looking at? What you been watching?
What is that? All those trailers, dog.
Oh.
Now let's watch this one first.
Heralds, harbingers, the seraph. What we chose to call them is irrelevant. Their arrival marked the end of our world. Civilization, culture, continents, torn apart and left in ruin.
Looks like Zelda.
But life perseveres.
Whatever it is, it's by IGN, so they've already given it a 7.
In our last act of defiance, we boarded the Arks. For centuries, we lay hidden. The Arks were discovered.
Survival game?
Now, we must awaken and together explore what is left of our world. Danger is everywhere. The Seraph are still out there. But so are we. We must scour our past for technology. Adapting, learning, gaining power, and build as we once did. We shall board our skyships and journey this fractured land until united we strike with the fury of centuries lost and take back the skies.
Lost Skies.
Okay. All right.
So demo is out. Wish list on Steam.
Wish list.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah, fucking learn to talk. Freaking learn to talk.
All right, so Lost Skies. It is on demo right now. Go to Steam and get it and play.
Or wish list.
I think this is a survival game. That's what it looks like. Survival sandbox game.
That's cool.
Looks good. I'm just, man, if it's a survival game, I'm kind of like, oh my God, another one. They got too many of them. All right. Next, Grant. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
You've already watched this. You've already watched this.
Half of it. I did. I watched
Doesn't
half
count.
of it.
Your reaction doesn't count.
I'm not going to have a reaction.
Insincere.
This is not a reaction trailer reaction.
Insincere.
No.
Fake.
We're in Glorious now.
You've already seen it.
Half of it. Get it. Get it. Buddy.
That was cool.
All right, so
I know your testicles are filled up with testosterone.
So if anyone hasn't seen the first Astartes, go check it out on YouTube. Like they have the guy. It was made by one guy, and if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. Like it's amazing. It's kind of
one guy made this game.
This is not a game, dude. It's like a mini show. Like a.
That's what I meant. That's what I'm saying. One guy. I don't know why I said
it's not a game. But what they did was, if you notice the secret level, have you ever seen the Warhammer secret level one?
Mm-hmm.
They you could tell they took so much from him. Right.
What I'm saying is one guy made this.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know about number 2 here. He might have got well because this one has 40K on it, so he must have got hired.
Nice. And
brought on board or something. I don't know because it shows Warhammer their logo as Games Workshop or whatever. You know, so I think they might have grabbed him. Yeah. So if you look at the bottom, copyright Games Workshop now.
Okay.
Yeah, so he I'm sure they brought him on because after that secret level episode, dude, like it looks so much like Astartes, like the first one.
Yeah. Somebody needs to pick up the guy who did the Mega Man one.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they're not. No.
They need to make a series about
Capcom's not doing that. They're like, hey, let's make another Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 50 coming soon in 20 years.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that was it. Let me make sure. That was bad ass.
It's pretty cool though. I like that.
All right. Grant.
What up?
All right. So this is our pre-podcast. We're just showing trailers before we start the episode. But we got an episode going though. I say we go ahead and get into it unless you got something before we start.
Do I have anything?
No, you don't. Okay, so let's start.
All right.
I'll speak for you. Start now.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rowland here with the DMG Gaming Podcast. And as always, I'm joined by the Picasso of profanity himself, my boy, Ed Phillips. What up, my boy? What was that? What was that you were doing with your hands?
You know, I am the Picasso.
Were you just like, hey, was this like the Italian, like, hey?
The Godfather.
Okay.
The Godfather of gaming.
I didn't know what you were doing.
All right.
Like, hey.
Grant.
We got a full docket.
I can do my De Niro. You like that De Niro?
It does kind of look like him.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, Grant,
are you gonna be having kids at 80?
Can I start the can I talk about the episode?
Are you gonna be having kids at 80 though? If you're gonna be like De Niro?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah. Leo, man, he'd be having some hot younger women all the time.
That's because he's
like 50 now.
He is. He's up there.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So let's go over what we got for today. Of course, we got the gaming news.
Up?
We got the gaming news. Someone in the chat. Someone in that. Oh, Critical Gaming. Critical Gaming. That's my Diablo buddy. All right.
All right. I'm gonna let you do it. Go. Tell us what we got on the docket. Before I just take over.
I was just going to do that, and now you interrupted me again.
Before I boot you off and just take over.
Well, you can't do that because I control the stream.
That is true.
I can make you disappear.
That is
true.
What I
mean?
Oh, I like the mafia.
I can make you little.
Look
at little Grant. Oh, poor little Grant.
He's gonna make me disappear like the mafia. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Or I can put you on the side right there.
That's right. I
always got all the power.
That's where I deserve to be, right there.
There we go. All right. All right, Grant. So we got our top 10. We'll announce that later. We got the game Gambit, where we choose randomly a random video game. Let AI choose it for us. And we got the Disgruntled Gamer Rant, which is where we completely tear something, some random console accessory or game or something. We tear it up. Okay. And our main subject, Grant, today. Do you know what that is?
I do know what it is.
You know what that is? We are going to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Which comes out Tuesday.
And next week.
What's the 4th?
What's up?
What's the 4th? Is that that is Tuesday, right? No.
Yeah, it's coming out February 4th.
No, February. Yeah. What am I looking at? Why is my thing like that? Yeah, you're right. That's
February 4th.
It's January.
February
I got the Aztec calendar. Sorry.
5 days. 5 days. All right. But we're going to talk a little bit about that, including the controversy that was it happened a little while ago, but we're going to go over that before we kind of break down the game. I'm not sure if you played the first one. Did you play the first one? No?
Stop doing that. You do look like Robert De Niro. You do. Now that you said it, I can't stop seeing it.
Did you play the first one, Grant?
Yes, I did, actually.
Okay. Yeah, first one was great. But they have some issues. They got some issues, Grant. Especially the controversy surrounding the second game and where they're taking Henry, the main character. Or they're kind of retconning him, actually. Or at least his background.
Let me ask you a question, though.
What's up?
So do you a lot of people, they find out all this information and stuff like that. They scan or skim the internets and stuff like that. I kind of feel like they kind of admitted to a lot of this stuff, like when they didn't really have to. They could have just faced it after the game's release. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of feel like they divulged a lot of stuff themselves when they really didn't necessarily have to. Does that mean is that about right?
Yeah, about right. It's about right, I would say. But they got caught. They got caught in something when it was talking about. So that we'll get in. We'll wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll wait. All right, Grant. We got some gaming news to go over. Let me pull up our Twitter or our X.
I wonder if I'm a gambling man. I wonder if Ubisoft is in this gaming news. I'd put $1,000 on Ubisoft being in some of this news.
I think we tried to avoid them, didn't we?
You can never avoid them. We can never avoid them.
What's that?
We can never avoid them. They're unavoidable.
Yeah, they really are. Okay, let me blow this up. Do you see that?
I see it.
All right, let me break it. There we go. Okay. Grant.
Yep.
We did a episode about this, about the Dungeons and Dragons kind of going down the soft side, the woke side. I think we labeled one of our videos Dungeons and Dragons Wokeology 101. Mm-hmm. They are completely destroying the IP with all this new age bullshit.
Yep.
So, Grant, liches no longer have phylacteries because it might be offensive to Jewish people. In the new D&D 2024 Monster Manual, they now have spirit jars. Whoa.
So, for this to... I feel like, okay, did Jewish people come out and say this is offensive? Like, did I miss that? Did that happen? Or is it just something they just try to get ahead of because they think they're going to? Like, this game's been around for 50 years. And...
No, it's the multicolored 200-pound person they have.
I know that.
Multicolored hair, 200-pound person they have in their office that spoke up something about this.
That's what's going to kill this game.
That's what they have to go with.
They're changing stuff that nobody gives a shit about. Like I never you could have gave me a million answers.
I never associated phylacteries with Jewish people.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You could have gave me a million tries and never would I ever would have came up with phylacteries being associated with Jewish people ever.
Oh, that's not the only thing they did, Grant.
Oh God.
Orcs aren't in the book, and sphinxes no longer are distinguished by gender.
Oh boy, but isn't the Sphinx have the King Tut head?
Yeah,
but
there's no longer he, she, or anything like that.
But wasn't King Tut a man?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I haven't seen the body.
We don't know King Tut was a man.
I haven't seen the body. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the mummy.
I haven't done the
DNA test on the mummy.
How dare you, Grant? Anyway, no, yeah. King Tut was a dude. Yes, he was. He was a pharaoh. He was a dude. Oh, well, you don't know his gender, Grant.
Well, back then, they didn't quite say male and female. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, what's up, Sean? All right.
Sean, what up?
That's funny. Never fear, the tiny green midget Jew is here. Sean, I don't know if you know anything about this. So supposedly they no longer have phylacteries. So the liches in Dungeons and Dragons, they no longer have phylacteries because it might be offensive to Jewish people. They're now called spirit jars. I never even knew phylacteries was actually considered with Jewish people.
Yeah. So can you tell us where this could be, how this is correlated? Because we have no clue. Like I've never in a million years would have ever thought that.
All right. Let's see. Next piece. All right. Let's go down. Got that. Oh, Grant. Guess what, Grant? All right. So another game they release yet again. Currently 55% of Spider-Man 2 Steam reviews are positive. So 55% on Steam is bad. Really bad. And with many players complaining about the technical issues ranging from crashes to long loading times. All right. So this is another case of, I guess, maybe a bloated studio not getting your game ready for a PC, port. And looks like Insomniac, I'm guessing this is who it was, of course, and they did not have their game ready for a PC port. So another decent game on PlayStation is a failure on PC.
They can't get it right.
Yeah, that's right, Sean. There isn't. It's a woke movement, correct?
That's insane. Like where? That's what I was telling Ed. I was like, you could have gave me a million tries, and I never would have thought of that.
We could go on about D&D, dude. They show the dwarves baking pastries in one of their magazines or one of their books. Pastry chefs now. They're so dumbed down.
So okay, I do want to go back to that just for a second. So the Sphinxes are now gender neutral. Why did they get rid of the orcs altogether? What was the reasoning for that?
Well, they didn't. I don't know if they got rid of them altogether, but they made them very, I guess. They made them have a different culture looking. Not like what you think of orcs.
Like mining and like
war, battle, and all that stuff. What you think of orcs as being just these badass warriors and stuff like that. Well, they're making these, they're making it too fucking, I don't know, like to not, they're trying to make it too sensitive right now.
I just don't understand the changes don't make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's there's no rhyme or reason.
They don't want to culturally appropriate.
But they're just making
races
it up,
inside.
That's what I'm saying.
They just
like the liches thing. They just made that up.
Well. Now remember one of our past episodes we went over the what was it, the slave issue. Remember there was a campaign before when they had slavery. Like you actually fought against these slavers.
Yeah,
you
true.
freed the people. You freed the slaves in the campaign.
Correct.
You killed the bad guys. But they said that was too sensitive. They're no longer going. They're going to make sure slavery does not exist in the Dungeons and Dragons universe anymore. Well, then who are the fucking bad guys? I mean, you got to have bad guys. Their slavery does exist in this Dungeons and Dragons universe. You're there to campaign and fight the bad guys and free people that are enslaved. I mean, that's kind of, you're building your team around being good. and teaching a cool concept of freeing slaves. But no, it's too sensitive.
Soon you're not even going to be able to fight.
They're taking America's history and some other, of course, the world's history, really, in our world, and trying to pretend it didn't exist, and then take that and turn it into a fantasy world and say, well, since our world is so sensitive, we're going to make sure the fantasy world reflects that. I hate that shit. Yeah. I hate when they do that stuff.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think if they remade Captain Planet, that Captain Planet would be, because he's already got a mullet, you think it would be a lesbian?
I don't know. All right. Grant. Yeah. That's funny. Sean said he has the prowess of an orc and a body of a goblin. All right. Grant, next piece of news.
All right.
Let's go back. Oh, that's so funny. I thought this was hilarious. It says I'm unemployed, and it has a picture of Tosh, because we're going to get to that next.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh God.
All right.
It's never a good sign. Well, we'll talk about it. Go ahead.
All right. We're going to go to IGN real quick. Good old IGN. Oh, IGN just got community noted too, because they're
never right. They're never right. They're just never right.
Kind of misconstrue the truth, I guess you could say.
They're the broken clock. They're right twice a day.
So this is what IGN did an article on. Key Dragon Age developers have announced they are leaving BioWare. No. And after the developer restructured to focus on the next Mass Effect. They did not leave BioWare. They got fired.
They were canned.
They were let go. They did not just leave themselves. They were let go.
What's the community note say? I'd like to see that.
Oh, you want to see community notes? Well, that's what I just said. The headline is misleading. Developers didn't leave BioWare. They were laid off. Leaving the company means you make the decision yourself, which is not true in this case. So IGN, of course, got community noted. They need to community note themselves when they give games 7s all the time.
They need to. They also said that they also had a headline, because they put this. I don't know if you've noticed. They've put this story out 7 times. It's just in different ways. One of them said that they were reallocating everybody who worked on Dragon Age to work on Mass Effect. So I made the comment, so they're going to destroy one game and then just to move them over to destroy another one. That doesn't make sense. That's not a good business plan.
It is not. All right. But anyway, so our top 10 today, I don't want to announce right now, so I'm going to wait. But okay, anyway, I'll stop there. When it comes to our side characters, I got a good one. All right. Anyway, I've had this person on my top 10 list plenty of times. All right. So anyway, delivering food, listening to you guys. Hey, thanks, man.
Hey.
Appreciate it. The prepared artist. Thank you very much.
There you go, man.
All right. So
on the job.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, so BioWare, of course, I mean, we called it. Dude, did we not say this shit was going to happen?
We called this in July.
We gave a review for Dragon Age. We actually gave a decent review. We gave it a 7.
Yeah.
But I said they're not going to sell well because they could have had a 9. They could have had a 9. They could have had a great game.
They couldn't get out of their own way.
They decided to ruin their own fantasy story. The writers did. The creators did. The developers did. They decided, and their gender mancer lead, Corin Bush, decided to inject a character that completely slaughtered their storytelling.
Hey, whatever happened to that person? Do they still work for BioWare?
They do not.
No, of course they don't. We called that too. We said that as well. Dude, everything we're saying, we have on tape. We have the replays. We got the tape to back it up.
Okay. Well, we already talked about that. BioWare gutted, restructured.
We're basically, we're like the soothsayers of terrible games. We know when they're going to, we just know they're going to fail.
Not only this, Grant, this game came out when did this come out? It came out recently.
4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
It now costs only $25. They're going to have to mark it down even more than that for people to buy it.
Ed, there was only a time when games, good or bad, because back then, studios didn't really, they still sold because you didn't really either could rent the game or you buy the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. The only time they ever slashed prices was Christmas and Black Friday. That's it. Otherwise, you're playing full price. So to slash your game by 65% in 4 months is trying to recoup some money that you're not going to get back. Like, you're not getting this money back. Not at all.
Nah, this game needs to go to like $9.99 or something.
This game just needs to be, hey, we will pay you to play it.
All right. But we can talk about that too when it comes to the Steam reviews. I wish I kept that snapshot when I completed the game.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Steam completion rate,
you were one of the few people that completed it. The crazy thing is, you were like one of there's like only like 1,000 people that completed the game, and you're only one of them. That was it.
Yeah. Like it was like 4 or 5% just for the ending chapter, whatever achievement. That was it. It's not like special endings or anything like that. It was just the ending chapter. All right, Grant. Enough of that. Enough of Dragon Age.
That's also just a sign of desperation. Like,
oh, look at this. Hey, guess it's my buddy again. Let's talk about this guy real quick again.
Ubisoft?
No, Synth Potato.
Oh God.
He's one of those guys who wasn't, when we called out the Tosh being the stupid trans crap, having that injected in the fantasy world. It wasn't even written well, annoying character. We said, the fantasy was ruined by that. They had a great story set up, but then they just decided to completely crash it. Well, this guy says, all of a sudden these guys are starting to jump on board. Of what we said before.
Boat's full, buddy.
Yeah. All right. So the Dragon Age franchise has been put on hold. A large portion of the writing staff behind Dragon Age: The Veilguard has been laid off and won't be working on Mass Effect 5. I really hope lessons were learned. Oh, he said all this at the very beginning.
You were on their side.
He said all this at the beginning.
Who is this Benedict Arnold here? Like, he was like all behind him.
Oh, now check this out. Mass Effect 5 needs to stylistically look like Mass Effect and be so it's all about the way the game looked, right?
Let's go ahead and call it Ass Effect, because that's probably what it's going to be.
Almost single-handedly off the less realistic art style. Not really. That's not why it died. That's not even a fraction of why it died.
These people are tone deaf.
On style, not hitting longtime fans, and clips off his bad writing going viral. Okay, well, no. I mean, yeah, it had bad writing, and yeah, people did post this a lot on the bad writing, but there's only one case of having woke bullshit. Your fucking new world, new age bullshit put in a fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm.
So stop saying quote unquote bad writing. All right. If this happens again, BioWare won't be around for Mass Effect 5. Well, we've been saying from the get-go, but you're being dishonest. Synth Potato, you are dishonest. And that is there's a major factor of what happened, and that is Tosh.
Yep.
And that's injecting stupid shit in games that gamers do not want.
Yep, correct.
They see it every day. They want to be put in a fantasy world, and BioWare failed to do that. They had it set up, Grant. I say this a lot. Boy, did they have it set up. And they said, you know what? Fuck our game.
Yep.
We're going to ruin it. That's what they did.
I feel like she was like the little elf that came in the middle of the night and made this character and put it in the game when nobody else was looking, because it doesn't make sense to do that. We also have a good question, Ed. Sean asked a good question. He said, "What's y'all's thoughts on the trans barkeep and Hogwarts Legacy?" Well, I'm gonna talk about. We'll take that. We'll just kind of talk about it in general. My thoughts about it is, I don't care about trans characters, gay characters, lesbian characters, as long as it pertains to the game. You know what I mean? Like if the barkeep is a trans character, that doesn't bother me. It's like, as long as the story's progressing, you know what I mean? But if it's like, hey, I'm the barkeep at Hogwarts, but I'm a trans character, so watch my pronouns, watch how you talk to me. You have to choose my correct pronoun. Like, if you start doing that, then I have a problem with it. Other than that, I don't care. That's what we use. Our definition. Hold on 1 second. Let me cook.
Oh shit!
No, what I'm saying is, our definition from woke is probably a lot different than everybody else's. Everybody else is like, we don't want zero gay stuff in our. That doesn't bother us. That doesn't bother us at all. Only thing we care about, as long as it's not like the main focus, like, of the game. You know what I mean? Like if I make this character, and I come up on a trans character, it's like, hey, my name is Ryan, and I'm a trans character, and I am such and such, and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like, and they start giving me a speech on them being a trans character. That's stupid. But if they're like, hey, I'm Ryan, I am the soldier, or whatever, and it's a trans character and doesn't even talk about it. Okay, cool. Who cares? Like, that doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? It's when they add the extra political stuff to it and try to like give you a speech about it.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing though. You can tell it's the subject material that why did they add that? And if it was a natural character and you knew, like, let's say what was going on between J.K. Rowling and, I guess the company and everything like that, about her being open about a man is a man and a woman is a woman, right? Well, when I saw that character, I was like, I know they added that character, because they were trying to hit back at her or something. Like, I was kind of like, I know they did it. I know these guys are so fucking petty that they would do something like this, and it doesn't. But what they did good on the character was not like, watch my pronouns like Tosh was, or, make you do a barv, push-ups when you get the pronouns wrong, or call them a he, she. They didn't do that, but it was a trans character and they added it for a reason. And that was to probably hit back at J.K. Rowling, I think.
But,
that's what I read into.
I get
that big controversy surrounding her. That's what I would read into.
You know what, though? Here's the thing is, J.K. Rowling probably doesn't give a shit about the game. She's probably never played the game, and I guarantee she got a fat ass check.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. So they really didn't get her. You know what I mean? Because for her to get somebody, they got to be involved in it. You know what I mean? They basically just bought her IP. You know what I mean? Basically, or leased her IP or whatever you want to call it. It's not like J.K. Rowling was in the game and they did this to make it interact with J.K. Rowling and stuff like that. So they didn't really get her. They tried. I think they think they did, but they didn't. J.K. Rowling, she don't give a damn. She probably got $100 million from a check from this.
Yeah. Sean just brought it up too. Yeah, they created to be spiteful. I see that.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I see it like that. Just because it was very popular during that time of the creation of the game. Of her opinion, and I was like, they did it. Yeah. I know why they did it. But like you said, but when it comes to like naturally flowing in a story, I don't care if a character's gay.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's as long as it makes sense, and they make the character have good dialogue and just not like, trying to push a point. You get what I'm saying? Like, throw it in your face. I don't care about that.
Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't know if games go into much detail. Oh, I'm sure they might. They're getting to that point where they are. But like, if they have like gay sex scenes in the game or whatever, if I can skip it, it doesn't bother
choices.
Me. Correct. If I have to watch it, we're not doing that. Like, if I have to watch it, I don't want to see all that. But if I can skip it, if I can choose not to see it, then it doesn't bother.
Or
me.
When they take when they retcon things, like a original character. We're going to talk about that.
Oh
later.
God, yeah.
When they take an original character and then that character is pretty much a heterosexual. Then our first game, let's say. Then you bring him back the second game, but now you have gay choices. You can make that character gay. What are you doing? That's not. I mean, you're that to me. When you do that as a developer, you're trying to push home a point.
Yeah,
you're trying to be woke. You're trying to hammer home. Oh yeah, well it's just choices. Well, he wasn't gay in the first game. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
he literally had all these girlfriends, and the only choices you could have was with a female. So why is he now all of a sudden gay? That's when I get pissed off because they're changing things in order to checkbox, get those check boxes
to appeal to a small minority.
Yeah. All right, Grant. That's the gaming news.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, Grant. Main subject. All right, let me pull up YouTube real quick. I'm gonna have this playing while we talk about it.
All right.
All right. Let me mute it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I could deal with all that music in the background.
All right. Anyway, for anyone that hasn't played the first game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, you play as Henry, and it's just a honestly, you can call it a medieval sim. because it takes place in Bohemia. It has a lot of historical references in the game. It's very, very well done. Great dialogue in the game. Combat was pretty decent, but it's really just experiencing the world and all your choices while in the game. And you get really put into a medieval, I guess, world for the first game. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same for the second game. Before we continue on, though, there are some issues with what came up with Warhorse, because they were really harping on saying that this game, they reject the woke agenda and all this stuff. Their developers came out and said it, we're just here to put you in medieval Europe and medieval Bohemia. That's all we want to do. And they said then what came later of this was now people are finding out that you can have you have choices in the game that you can be in, you can actually have gay cutscenes. The original game, Henry was canonically a heterosexual. Okay. You had no choices to be gay in that game, but this game you do. And now they're saying, well, it's a choice. You click the button, you don't have to be gay in the scene. But that's the thing, though. That was the major issue, was that you're changing Henry into be having that option now, when there was nothing involving that in the first game. But you can skip the scenes and all that stuff. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. You're changing something that originally was this, and then you're changing it just for either an agenda. I don't know. I don't know these guys. You know what I mean? You change it for agenda, or you're just changing it to check boxes, or to have, I guess, more representation in the game, right? Well, this is where I have an issue with. You're changing original character's personality into the new character. You're basically continuing his story in this game. That being said, the developer was open about it, but they tried to hide stuff. They tried to hide replies on Steam, and they were very shady about this, after being openly against, I guess, woke agenda about male and female. They were all into that stuff, right? They were kind of dishonest up front, and hiding your replies and doing all this stuff on social media or even on Steam is not a good look.
I also feel
it's not a good look.
I also felt like earlier when we were talking, they admitted to a bunch of stuff that they really didn't necessarily have to, because not people actually called a bunch of stuff out. You know what I mean? They were just talking about, it started with the whole, what was it, the Middle East, it's banned in the Middle East. Isn't that how it started? Because of that, and then it kind of just dwindled from there. But as they started getting more and more caught on things, this guy was at an interrogation table. He was just giving everything. He was just laying it all out there. And I felt like he didn't have to say all this. I felt like he kind of outed himself more than what he had to.
It's a shame because here, let's get to this. So it's not even, all right, okay. So let's say they retcon Henry. Okay. All right. Not a good look, but now it's just how they're handling this situation by hiding the replies, putting out a discriminatory notice on their Steam, when it comes to comments and stuff like that. They're doing a lot of weird things that, that kind of make it all those people that were saying stuff about this game early on about, all the controversy are now right.
Yeah.
On this. And it's a shame because this is, their first game was awesome. I really liked their first game. But now you're changing a character for the sake of what? Why are you doing it? Why are you retconning this character? I don't know. What's the purpose of it?
There's not. Somebody got to check.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, they put up a zero tolerance policy on comments, and it's just not a good look, dude. And
once you start doing all
hiding
that,
replies on their social media stuff, I mean, it's just not good.
This is another example of, now I'm not going to sit there and say that this game is going to fail. I don't know that. I can't. There's a couple games that we can look at and say, yeah, this is not going to be good. Assassin's Creed Shadows, not going to work too well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this. I still think this will do fine. I just think that there's just the PR behind this was terrible.
It was really bad.
Just abysmal.
It was handled really bad. But regardless, I mean, it's it looks like, I mean, if it's anything like the first game, except, amped up, I guess, graphics wise, and hopefully, they continue that storytelling and that dialogue. But that what they did just a couple of days ago with all this controversy, it's not a good look. And I think, this game is going to be good. I think it is going to be a good game. I just think, keep to your guns, man.
Yeah.
If you're saying this up front, keep to those guns. Don't just then all of a sudden this whole fallout happened that Henry's been retconned into having gay choices or whatever. Like, you're not keeping to your guns. You're basically telling something different than what you're saying online to us, and you're being dishonest about it.
But it was just weird. I just thought it was weird how like the guy, whenever he started getting caught, like he just kind of like opened up about everything. Like, have you ever seen somebody do that before? Like ever?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you. Have you ever seen somebody ever do that?
No. I mean, I'm probably, dude, but I mean, I can't give you examples right now.
I mean, it's kind of like when. Could you imagine if somebody like John Wayne Gacy's like, oh yeah, hey, I'm having a good day. By the way, I got all these people buried under my house. That's basically what the guy did. Like he just told on himself, started telling on everything.
Like this would be no issue. If you created the first game, choices, whatever, you could be gay, you could be whatever. Okay, fine. All right, you had the choices to do what you want, right? But the first game, like we just said, you didn't have those choices.
Yeah.
He was canonically gay, canonically heterosexual. Like that's all you could do was, he was with a lot of women in the first game.
Yeah.
And then now, for the sake of what, I don't know.
Could you imagine if
now you
can
have the choices all of a sudden?
Could you imagine if they did that to 𝐸alt?
Well, technically you could. You had the choice.
I guess you could.
You had the choice in the the whorehouses or whatever.
But what if you like? Could you imagine if like you just chose
like he actually had a side character as part of the? Yeah, that's different. Yeah. But like someone like lover.
Yeah,
you could say
you couldn't choose a female.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure in the Witcher 4 series you're going to do whatever.
That's
they're gonna have probably a girlfriend, a boyfriend.
What year does this take place? Is this like during like the bubonic plague and all that shit? The Black Death in this game?
This one Bohemian. Here, let's look it up then. Deliverance time period. I just know it's feudal Bohemia.
That is true.
1403.
New World makes you pick your pronouns.
Yeah, 1403. Now, that's another thing. Have you noticed all these people taking off their pronouns from their social medias, dude?
Yeah, they are.
We're about to go into that thing. It's like, oh, well, we never knew it existed.
Doesn't matter. We still see your blue sky.
No, they're going to pretend like they weren't part of it.
I know. Doesn't matter.
20 years from now, whenever it looks back to how retarded this time period was, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I wasn't part of that.
Yes, you did, because you have your blue sky link in your bio still. So we know that you did.
Yeah. And they have it part of their like tag, like their profile name. They actually have their blue sky account.
Yeah.
That's a red flag on X. If you see someone with a blue sky handle on X, stay away from it.
I remember when I was working a sales job, it was funny. Like it would always like, we had to have like Zoom calls in the morning and stuff like that. And it would be like, I'm not going to use nobody's real name, but it would be like Abigail, she, her. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like the only one that didn't have them on mine. It just said Grant. And then so it was Grant. I'm thinking to myself, am I about to get fired because I don't have it? They're going to be like, yeah, he's a Republican.
Yeah, Sean said, does New World makes you pick your pronouns?
He says, hell, New World.
Does New World have they pronouns? The Critical Gaming is asking. I don't remember New World having pronouns, but I probably just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know if I can remember that either.
Yeah. But I mean, like this, like it's you're creating a game with a fantasy element, and I just don't understand why you think gamers want our new age bullshit in a fantasy world. I just don't understand that. As a developer, you're creating a game, and you decide, you know what? Let's inject all of our stupid shit in this fantasy world.
Well, it's not even that. Like, think about like, okay, let's just say Well, what I'm saying is like, okay, homosexuality and all this other stuff back in these days was probably a hell of a lot different than it is now. Like they probably weren't off the rockers then.
It was not allowed in this country.
Well, but you get what I'm saying.
You got your ass whooped.
But what I'm saying is,
you even got executed. Let me look.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is that mentally, they weren't off their rockers then as they are now. You know, they were just gay. Hey, they were just gay people. That's it. Now you got furries and people walking around with foxtail butt plugs and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Grant. Anything else? All right. So, to sum up the game, and the game looks good. I mean, if it's anything like the first one, it's going to be good. I just hate how they retconned it for fucking checking box.
Here's the thing. This
they
is what
Netflixed it up.
Here's the thing. I guess this is what. If you want my advice, they shouldn't have done anything. They shouldn't have said anything. They should have just. Sometimes you just got to just shut the fuck up.
You think so?
you know what I mean? And then
hiding replies, like people snapshot replies. They think people don't snapshot replies or something like that.
Yeah,
but you're hiding replies. Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, the thing is, they just should have just shut the fuck up. Sell your 3 million copies and talk about it later. Deal with deal with it all later. But make your money. Because now you done messed up the bag.
Yeah, Sean, they bring their petty crap in fantasy games, but I mean, it's not even like it's just like they can't help themselves. These game developers, they gotta
because what they think, because in their mind what they think in their mind is, well, if they're not going to quote unquote accept me in real life, then they're going to accept me in this game.
Force it upon them. What Dragon Age did to you. All right, Grant, that's enough of that.
All right.
Stop sharing.
But I think it's gonna be fine. I mean, honestly.
I think it will be.
I think it would be fine. I mean, if it fails, I'll be honest with you, I'll be surprised.
We're just saying, like, it's a bad look, man.
Yeah. We're not like shitting on the
bad
game.
Look.
We're not shitting on the game.
Like changing original characters that you played in the first game and you're changing them to be something that they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You're making up shit. All right. Grant. Top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10. All right. Today's top 10 list is the most annoying side characters in video games. Grant, you may go first.
Number 10. This character was in The Legend of Zelda's Majora's Mask and The Wind Waker.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it, what's his name?
Tingle.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that guy. Absolutely hate him. So he's a 35-year-old man. At least that's what they say. At least that's the wiki.
I know this is my daughter.
Okay. He's a 35-year-old man and he's obsessed with fairies. It's kind of weird. And he overcharges you for maps. And he makes stupid noises when you talk to him. But his personality is so way out there that he's one of the most hated. He's not the most hated character in Zelda. We'll get to that one. But he's up there. He's like top 4. That's my number 10. Tingle? I fucking hated Tingle.
You like Tingle?
Like, I wish I could like.
Well, that's my number 10 too.
Okay.
Well, technically it's my number 9, but I'll just make it my number 10.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
Tingle, just annoying. All right. Majora's Mask. He was in another one, right? Wind Waker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wind Waker. But yeah, he's more annoying. He's more annoying than helpful. All right.
Yep.
Grant. My number 10 was that damn dog from Duck Hunt, dude.
Okay.
That little shit. Let me pull up the image of him. You know, when you miss a duck, or you don't hit a duck, he just starts laughing. I just want to shoot the damn dog, honestly. Peter's gonna come after me.
I bet your dad probably thought about pulling out that revolver.
Oh boy. My dad. If that was an option, he'd shoot that dog every time. Come and laugh at him. Buddy. That's old school for you. But yeah, just come up and start laughing. Well, go get the damn duck.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dog?
Aren't you on my side? Like, aren't you hunting with me?
Yeah. We're standing up and laughing. Okay, buddy. All right, Grant. Let's go to number 9 for yours.
Number 9, Omochao, Sonic Adventures 2.
Omochao.
Yeah. I think that's how you say it. I can't remember that. I don't know if that's quite how you say it. But he's the tutorial character at the beginning, and he over-explains everything.
Oh, I know this little shit.
Yes. and he gets in the way and he states the obvious. Like every time, like he states like exactly what you're doing. Like, we know, I get it. Like he tells me how to jump after I'm already jumping. Like, I get it. And his voice is terrible. He's got a robotic voice that's awful. And he's more frustrating than he is helpful.
Let me pull up image of him. Omo-chow, that little
Yes,
shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't stand that little shit. All right. So you got to go to your number 8 because I already did my number 9.
Okay. Number 8 from Yoshi's Island or Super Mario World 2. Baby Mario. I fucking hate Baby Mario.
Dude.
I hate Baby Mario.
I don't have that, but I already knew what you were talking about.
Yes, because every time he gets knocked off Yoshi, he starts crying, and it's like a high pitched cry. Like it's not even like a your real child is crying type cry. It's like the worst cry. You know, it sounds like he's choking on something, crying. Like it's bad. Like he's dying. It drives people insane, and it's not even like I feel like Yoshi's not even like he's like babysitting him more than like him being part of the game. That's basically all he's doing is babysitting him. Hate it.
I hated that sound he make when he pop off Yoshi.
Yeah.
You remember that sound?
That's the cry.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
But the thing about it is it's trying to be like a cry in like 16-bit.
Yeah. All right, Grant. Here's another popular Zelda character. I think this character was one on our top 10 also.
Mm-hmm.
It's Navi from Ocarina of Time.
Nope.
Hey,
yep,
listen.
That's on my list. That's on my list. But it's much further up. Further up.
Most irritating sidekick I can think. Well, one of the most, of course, I can think in games, and a high pitched voice, and like, just shut up. It's another little shit. Like most of my top 10 list, Grant, is these little shits they put in games. You know, those annoying little anime animals that have these stupid sounds. Yeah. Those are most of my top 10.
Like I always remembered, like it's funny, like because always like in Dragon Ball Z, you always hated like Poir, and you hated like the cat that was on that was Professor Brief's shoulder all the time. Like you hate, like I was like,
they're annoying. All right, Grant, go ahead. Number 7. Oh, your microphone busted, buddy.
No, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Cord's got a short end. I got to get a new cord. Anyway, number 7 is Fee or 5.
Turn up your volume all the way.
There we go. Number 7.
How about that shit?
The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Fee or 5.
Man, Zelda, boy.
Man, for a great game, they really had some shitty characters. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, outside of Link and Zelda, everybody else is pretty shitty. And Ganon. Other than that, everybody else is pretty god-awful. Anyway, he was like the robot assistant who would like interrupt you all the time. And like, he like
a girl, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And then like every time he'd like give you advice, like he'd give you advice at the worst time. Like you didn't need it.
Talking about this Fee, right?
Yeah. Yes. Like I don't care. It's like the little water, the water thing or whatever it is.
Yeah. Annoying.
Like, how about you just let me play the game, or I'll read the manual and you just shut up and let me play the game.
All right, Grant.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to YouTube for this one.
Okay.
Okay, Grant. Let me share my screen.
Oh, God.
Let me get some volume.
Oh my God. No, I can't do all that.
Dude, the English is bad. The English version is bad. The Japanese version is 100 times worse. But the English version is just as bad. Genshin Impact, Paimon.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh God. Yes.
Paimon would explain every damn thing to you.
Everything. That is a rock. Like I know.
That's the grass. All right. But yeah, Paimon, dude, from Genshin Impact. Annoying. Sorry. All of Genshin Impact weebs are like, how dare you?
No.
All right, Grant, next.
Number 6, Ed.
Yeah.
From Fallout 4. Preston Garvey.
I hate.
Like, if I had to hear another settlement needs your help one more time, like, I would I can't say it on YouTube. I would. What would they call? What do you have to say? You have to say. I would have to self-delete. I guess that's how you have to say so you don't get banned. Like he wasn't even really helpful. His never end, like his quests were very repetitive, and he wasn't even helpful. And every time another settlement needs your help, hey, won't you another settlement? Shut the fuck up.
This guy was annoying, and every time you come into your damn home base, he'd have something to say.
Something to say, like, hey, cowboy, go fix me some dinner.
Yep. All right, Grant. Going back to YouTube for the next one.
All right.
I think everyone knows this.
Traveler!
Oh, bloody.
But that sends the hair! Instead, we're going to have to trick them into killing themselves. Hit the dwarves with the booze gun to get them drunk, then lead them into some mining equipment. It's gonna be morally ambiguous-some!
What do you do
when you cross a bunch of alcoholic dwarves with highly dangerous mining equipment? Let's...
You know who he reminds me? You know who he reminds me of?
Claptrap from Borderlands.
Yeah, but you know who he reminds me of? Another worthless character. Alpha from fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like, what did Alpha do? Alpha didn't do nothing.
Claptrap, he every now and then, like the first Borderlands game was okay, funny, okay, whatever. Yeah, you know, he's just your dumb sidekick, whatever, like that. But Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, Tiny Tina's Wonder World, or whatever that other game was called, constantly, dude. Like, Claptrap is cool to have in a Borderlands game, but do something else. He's played out. He's played out.
Sounds like something on, either sounds like a disease or something on OnlyFans.
Yeah, Claptrap. All right, go ahead.
Number 5. Ed, this is from Grand Theft Auto 4. And it's Nico's cousin, Roman Bellic. He was annoying because, like, he would always call you at the worst times to ask you if you want to go bowling. Like, here I am. Like, it's like it didn't have self-awareness. You know what I mean? Here I am. I got 5 stars on me. And here he is. He's calling me. Hey, you want to go bowling? Like, I got the fucking FBI after me, buddy, and helicopters coming after me. Like, no, I don't want to go bowling. Why are you calling me? How did you get my number, by the way? He's a terrible, and he's clingy. Like, he always wants to hang out with you. Like, no, stay away from me, man. Get away from me.
That's funny. All right, Grant. My number 5. Let me share my screen again. This is another YouTube. I just decided to go a little bit YouTube route so we can get the annoying. All right, let's go here. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
is this place?
I see something big farther in. Is that a 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐽? No. An owl?
Poodle doesn't seem too wary, so it's probably not hostile.
Let's go see what's up then.
All through the game, Grant.
I hate that. I forgot all about that.
Doesn't even sound like an owl, Grant.
It doesn't. It
That's Hootle. My number 5 is Hootle from Tales of Rise. I love the game.
Great game.
I hated the damn owl.
Hated it.
It did not sound like an owl.
No, it sounded like a person.
Stay sharp.
And then, Grant, guess who you get to meet, like, midway through the game? You get to meet all the King Hoodles.
I know, the queen, and then you have to collect them, and they all show up, and you get special stuff. He's got a mustache on. That's how you know he's the king. And a crown. Nope. That's awful.
Let's go see what's up then.
You don't want to hear it
Stay
again?
sharp.
No, she sounds like a crazy chick. Like,
Is
doing
that
an
a
impression.
𝐬𝐮𝐬? No. An owl?
Poodle doesn't seem too...
Here's the thing. I would actually be... I would have to have everybody... If I was to, like, voice that, I would have to have everybody leave the studio and have to be in there by myself with, like, the producer, because that's embarrassing. Like, I can't do that. Like, that's just weird. That makes
this
me...
damn thing just nonstop throughout the entire game.
I remember playing... Here's the thing.
It's not an owl. That's not what an owl sounds like. All right, anyway.
Look, it was funny because, like, I'd be playing this game, right?
Yeah.
And my wife would be in the kitchen, and I hear her say, "Hey, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭," which means like, "What are you doing?" Like, because she hears, she didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah. All right, Grant. Number 4.
Number 4 is Hope S theme from Final Fantasy 13. I mean, everybody, you can really take the whole game as a whole, and
Hope. What's their last name?
S theme, or however you say it. Or just put Hope from Final Fantasy 13. She's annoying and whiny and overly dramatic, and spends the whole game complaining and resenting the other characters.
I had this character on one of my top 10.
Yeah. Although I know. I mean, this is
like
a repeat character.
Worst characters in RPG or something. I think it was.
Oh yeah. Sure is.
Share the image. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 just was stacked of them. Dude.
You could just take that whole game and just make it
the main character and everybody was just garbage. All right, Grant. Got another YouTube. Grant. All right, I want to show you something.
Borderlands History 2 Remake.
Okay, they made this YouTube video of this character Ava from Borderlands 3.
Okay.
All right, this video almost has 1 million views. Okay, like 80-90% of this guy's views came from this one video, and the video is just how one character can turn an entire fan base against the game. And this character Ava, if anyone's played Borderlands 3, everyone knows what I'm talking about. It is Ava.
This is awful.
The most annoying fucking character you can think of. This character. Pure garbage.
Yeah.
Like, written, voice, everything about this character was just annoying. And she'd always have some little snarky comment, like when you're killing things, snarky. She has to be snarky all the time. Worthless character. If I had a choice of just shooting her and just being done with it,
going on with the game.
Yeah. Anyway, Grant, you're number 3.
Ed, Resident Evil 4 was a great game. Fantastic game.
Yeah, it was. Great game.
Ashley Graham was an awful
same
character.
one. We got the same one.
Okay. Because, no, she tried to act like this damsel in distress. And every time here you got priests got their head falling off, and like the monks coming after you.
Can I just play something for you real quick?
Go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is one scene, one of the most annoying scenes from Ashley Graham. The entire time.
Get up and run. How about that?
The entire time through this one scene, she's screaming for help.
Yeah, she acts like she can't walk.
You're trying to clear things, and all she's doing is screaming. But she's not even the most worthless aspect of her, or I'd say annoying aspect of her. She's like this the entire game.
Yeah, exactly. She always gets kidnapped, and she doesn't run. Like, get up and stand. How about you stand by me? How about you stop putting yourself in those situations?
AI stuff was horrible.
Yeah,
it's horribly done.
Like, you saw how she got picked up twice. Like, after the first time, you get up and run.
All right.
What an
that
idiot.
Was my number 3 also. So what's your number 2?
Number 2 from Star Fox 64, Slippery Toad. Oh boy. Not only is he a terrible character, but he is a whiny character. And he always needs to be saved. And his high-pitched voice is super constant. And the distress calls are a burden. Like, it makes the game unplayable. Like, it's a good game. I played it. But I wish, he's like, hey, save me. I wish I could just reply back, but no, you're on your own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry if you die. Deal with it, because you're not doing yourself any favors. You're the worst pilot I've ever seen, and you always get kidnapped, and you always are in trouble. Always. Do something about it. How about you learn to be a better pilot? Let's do that.
All right. My number 2, Grant. Let me pull her up.
You got another video for us?
No, not this one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Morgana from Persona 5. She's basically kind of like your navigator throughout the game. But the nightly actions you have to do with this damn character and listen to him bitch, moan. You got to talk to the character. There's always a cutscene with Morgana. Every night you have something to deal with Morgana. Okay. But it gets repetitive and it gets annoying. Okay. This is why it's my number 2. I love Persona 5. Fantastic game. This annoying character. Go ahead.
My number 1 is Navi from Ocarina of Time. I'm talking about, like, I got to do it like Vince McMahon. I hate Navi. I hate it. Hey, listen. Like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like, how about that? Do that. Because I already know how to do everything. I feel like she's only useful. Let's just do this. This is what should be good. They should know if you play this game more than once. Like, if you play it the first time, okay, I get her purpose because you never played this game. You got to get used to controllers.
Yeah.
But I think if you replay this game, it should know. You don't need her. She's worthless. You know how to play the game. You know how to do all this. Like, but she's always there. Like, here you are. As soon as you pull out your slingshot, here she comes. She pops up. Hey, you have to aim. Like, I know. I've already killed 3 people. And here you are. You're late. 1, you're late. And 2, you're worthless.
Tell us how you feel, Grant.
I hate that character. Like, I wish there was a mod. I wish somebody could mod this game and to take her out. Just get her out of the game.
I love how all these characters come from really good games. Well,
yes.
Some of them. Most of them. But like, they're just so annoying. All right. Grant. All right, Grant, tell me when you see my screen.
It's not just about power. Solus has messed up 𝐿GRNon's plans before.
God.
Nothing's bigger than dragons. But they're clever enough to take flight once they smell danger. 𝐿GRNon smelled danger.
Whatever the reason, we made it through. And this time, no dragon escaped.
Thanks to Tosh.
That's why we recruited her.
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
Oh, God.
You asked us to let folks know, so now you do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you for telling me. That's why we recruited them.
So what's our next move, Rook? Arlithin, right?
I'm pulling!
Oh, God. That is terrible. And I might have something that could tie that. But I don't have it on my list. You have to pull this up.
No, it's not on your top 10. It doesn't count. This is the penultimate of most annoying side character.
Yeah, you're right. But I do want you to pull this up.
Not yet, because I'm not done explaining mine.
When you're done, we're gonna do a little side.
So we already talked about BioWare and them getting rid of all those developers, and the fact that they got fired. And Corin Bush, their gender mancer, the reason why you have this character in this game, is gone too. And none of those people are working on a new Mass Effect. Because they took this character and decided it belonged in a fantasy world. And did you see that dialogue, buddy?
That's terrible.
That is the most cringe. I mean, how can you be a developer and let's say you're going over your game and you see that and you're like, yes, we're going to put that in our game.
Everybody loved it too. They're probably like, they probably gave like
a standing ovation. Yes, we want to show them. We want to show those gunners. We want to show those incels. And you ruin your game. It sucks. It's on sale. You didn't make any money. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You are done. And I got a bonus for you. I want you to pull it up.
All right.
I want you to type in this game. It's called Cybermorph. And it's got this green head named Skylar. And every time you hit something, it says, "Where did you learn how to fly? Where did you learn how to fly?" Like every time, like I want you to see it. I want you to tell me if you could play this game. Well, the game's shit, but I mean, I want you to see.
I see it.
Okay, play it.
You want me to pull up something YouTube of it?
Yeah. I want you to see this.
Say that from the beginning, buddy.
Isn't that what I said? I thought that's what I said.
Well, I want to see if you can pull this up.
Well, pull it up on you. I thought you had YouTube up.
Skylar from Cybermorph.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, now I want you to see this. Now tell me if you could play this, if this game's playable. They made this game, because of this character, very unplayable.
Hold on, let's go back to that.
You got to share your screen there.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Do you see it?
Watch.
This game looks just horrible.
This was supposed to be 32x graphics. Oh, this is a demo. It's on demo, so it's gonna fly good. You need to find it. No, that's not it. No, you need a one where every time you hit something, she comes out and goes, "Where did you?" She does that and goes, "Where did you learn how to fly? Where did you learn how to?" Like over and over and over.
Why didn't we put this on our gamer rant?
Oh, we can.
This is garbage.
This was for the what? What game is that? The Jaguar.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine getting this?
Avoid the ground.
No, I could not. Not even with how that airplane shoots, dog.
Look,
that spaceship or whatever it is. Like even how it shoots. No. Oh my god.
Avoid the ground.
Over. That's what she over and over.
Avoid the ground.
All right. Tosh is still worse.
Yeah, I get that. But that they made that character like you could still play Dragon Age. I could not play that game.
Oh yeah, I could.
Could you imagine buying the Jaguar? And we're going to do our Jaguar. The Jaguar is going to get into our gamer rant eventually. But can you imagine being excited for the Atari Jaguar when they had all these other good systems out, and then you get this crap? Like this is what you get. Like it was supposed to be like 32-bit before 32-bit was possible or whatever, quote unquote possible.
All right, Grant. Well, that's our top 10. Next segment, we're going to go into our Disgruntled Gamer Rant, where we talk about some random thing in the gaming verse and take a big dump on it.
Well, it's a deserved dump. Yeah. It's not like we're taking a good game.
It's bad. It's always going to be bad.
Ed, let me just set up the scene. Okay?
I got a commercial for you too.
Okay. Back in 1995, was it 95 or 96?
This game was, I think, 96.
No, not this game. Not the game we're talking about. That came out in 99. I'm talking about the first one. The very first. The first
Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So 1996, I'll say 96. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Resident Evil 1 came out, right? Great game.
Yep, 96.
Horror, survival horror.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Loved it.
I mean, it puts you on the edge of your seat.
Kind of the first of its kind, really.
Yep. Basically, yes. It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Then the second one came out. All right. Great game. Still good.
Fantastic.
Double disc. 2 characters. Leon Kennedy. Yes, sir.
Better than the first one, I think.
Yeah. Hey, I like the first one better, but I can see your argument. Cool.
Yeah.
The third one, more terrifying because the guy's chasing you. Nemesis is on you.
It's very stressful.
I remember me and you playing this at night.
Yeah.
And it was the guy busting through the wall and me and you going, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Also, then they moved over to the next generation for the Dreamcast. And they came out with Code Veronica. Or was it? Yeah, Code Veronica came out.
Decent.
For the Dreamcast. Yeah, good game. But PlayStation said, you know what? We got one more game we need to put out before this is all said and done. And what they did was they shit out a game called Resident Evil Survivor.
You're telling me they made a bad Resident Evil game?
This game,
3?
Bad would be a good game compared to this. So what they did was they tried to mix Resident Evil and they mixed it with the what's that House of the Dead type shooting?
Grant, you want me to show you a trailer?
Let's see a trailer. Let's show the ladies and gents, a trailer of this awful game.
Let's do that. Let me know when you see that, Grant.
Uh-oh. Oh, and the PlayStation 2 was coming out in 2 months. Look at that.
this music was not in the game.
Okay, that's cool, because that brings me to my next point. This trailer was so short because they showed you all the good scenes in it. That was it. And that was still shitty. So what they did was they tried to do like House of the Dead type shooting. You had the bullets and stuff like that, and you could use the gun, like if you had like the whatever the gun. Well, you better hope your gun worked first of all. Otherwise, you're a SOL. But you can also use the controller if you didn't have the gun. So they try to set this up in a Resident Evil style story. Like, your character, he's flying over Raccoon City or whatever it is, and his plane, or I don't know if it's Raccoon City, but it's close to Umbrella or something. And then like his plane crashes, right? And this guy, of course, what do you think happens when this plane crashes? He doesn't know who he is. Oh boy. Anyway, so do you remember Resident Evil 1 whenever they made fun of the dialogue? How it was like, oh, you almost became a Jill sandwich.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was like that, but worse. Like it was the same kind of dialogue. Like it was so bad you can actually hear some of the tape, like the reverb in the background. Like it makes me think that this was filmed in these were the last people of the PlayStation 1 Capcom era. Like this is it. Like they were packing up, moving over
live
to
action, like live action video, like in those games did not last long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And here's the thing it's like, and I can kind of see why, because the actors were terrible. It's kind of like they just picked up like Albert Wesker. Do you remember when Albert Wesker, and they showed him, he had he looked, but he was like his game character was cool, but the way he looked like in person was like over the top. Like nobody looks like that in real life. Nobody's hair looks like that in real life. So anyway, you're going through and you have to find clues of who you are, and you find out who you are, and the guy you see is the tyrant, right? Or supposedly the tyrant. But guess what? He's in that thing like 1,000 times. And he's so easy to kill. Like you shoot him like 3 times and he's dead. And he's not the end boss. He's just there. Like he's just like one of the monsters. They try to combine all the monsters from like the other Resident Evils just to fill some space.
Yeah.
This game was terrible. The story was terrible. Sometimes like if you went into the sewers and if you remember in the sewers, like they had the spiders. Like sometimes like the game would glitch out and they wouldn't even move. Like you just sit there and shoot them and they wouldn't even attack you.
I wonder what their thinking was going from the old, not really over the shoulder, the different look to first person. I wonder why? Somebody
in the office said, "Hey guys, do y'all like House of the Dead? Well, how about we capitalize on it with Resident Evil?" And but here's the thing: is by that time, everybody else has already moved on to the PlayStation 2. Do
you guys like Doom 64? Well, let's make a game 1,000 times worse.
Yeah,
is what they were doing.
Let's call it Doom 8.
Yeah, this game was complete trash. I remember I was like, oh boy, Resident Evil, I'm gonna get it. And
the concept was cool. Well, here's the thing: is the concept was cool because I liked I loved House of the Dead. I mean, that game's cheap.
Yeah, but it's different.
I know.
House of the Dead and this was way different.
But the thing about it is, you're thinking I know, but when you think about it, you're like Resident Evil with playing like House of the Dead. That sounds awesome. Yep. That sounds like a great game, right? No, it wasn't. And the thing about it is this somehow made it to release. How did this game get made? How did this game get passed?
One of Capcom's horrible decisions. All right, Grant. Is that all?
That's it, man.
All right. That was our Disgruntled Gamer rant for Resident Evil Survivor.
This game is
pure trash.
Putrid.
Okay. Grant, last segment. Then we'll end the podcast.
All right.
Oh, a nice earlier one today.
Oh, man.
All right. Next segment is the game Gambit.
Why you say it like that? Next segment?
Segment. Next segment is the game Gambit. This is where we ask AI to randomly choose us a video game. All right. Let me go to.
Please give us something we know.
No, I hope it don't.
No, I know. You know what? Dude, you're right.
That Purple Day Saturn or Purple Saturn Day or whatever the hell that game was last time was awesome, dude. I mean,
hey, I wanted to tell you.
It's a great subject to talk about.
I'm glad. While you look at that, I wanted to tell you, you better find your Earthbound game because just the cartridge itself is like $600.
What?
Yeah. You should find that game. It's probably like it probably got like destroyed. Probably got thrown away.
Earthbound. I don't even think I have that anymore.
I know. You still away $600.
Why is it so much? Like, just is it unopened or just the cartridge?
No, because man, it's just a rare game. It's considered rare.
Fuck.
Because you know when it came out, it wasn't that well received. It didn't really start getting. I mean, even though it was a good game, it didn't really get popular until like 2005, like 2006. That's when it got really popular. So I think
this game looks awesome.
What is it?
About to pop it up.
King's Quest.
Hold on. Damn, this game looks badass. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the. It obviously didn't come to the West.
Oh, so it means we don't know what it is.
I don't think so. I've never played this game, but it looks pretty badass, dude. All right, let me pull up a image of it. All right,
even this cover looks terrible for Resident Evil Survivor.
Yeah.
What in the hell is that? But they got the stamp. They got the official Nintendo seal of approval.
This game is called 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 or Anika. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, a 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 came out on Super Nintendo in 1992.
What's wrong with that guy's face?
What? I don't know. The cover
is awful. Like,
all
what
right,
is
the
that?
cover is stupid, but God, I hope there's gameplay of this. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 SNES gameplay.
Like, you ever talk to somebody and you could tell that they didn't want to talk to you and they smile like that, like they're just being polite.
Yeah. All right.
That's what it looks like.
This could not have come to the West. I don't remember anything about it.
The cover looks nothing like this.
Dude, check this out.
Wait. Oh, looks shitty. Yeah, but they can keep one of these. I don't know if I can play that game. That looks fucking terrible. Oh. Like one guy's got an Elvis haircut.
What's that?
One guy's got an Elvis haircut.
Let's
good. I don't know if I can play that game. That game kind of makes.
Oh, buddy, I'll play the hell out of this game.
It kind of depresses me that this game exists.
Just for the music? Let's see. Look at the background,
dude. Yeah, no, I couldn't do this. This game. Yeah, this. Okay, let's see. Is she a ship?
I have no idea.
Wait, this is stupid. They were on some drugs when they made this game.
Get this soundtrack. I want to get the soundtrack and just.
They were on some mushrooms when they made this.
They were on some what?
Mushrooms, because there is no way that the calm, spacious mind made this game.
Well, let's do another stage. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. Play.
Whoa. Hey, what kind of characters are these? I would never play this game.
I thought that said shit. Right
it is.
I think he's telling us what the game is.
Oh, it is.
Let's go back a little bit.
This game needs
I thought that's crazy shit right there.
What's crazy is, yeah, because it is. The thing about it is this got the Nintendo seal of approval? Like, who did that? Who gave this approval?
In Japan.
There's no way that they sat down and said, "Oh, this is a great game." Like, no.
This is an awesome game. What are you talking about? Come on, dude.
What is this?
𝐿𝐻𝐵, it came to the West. I got my copy from my high school buddy.
I think he's talking about
completely different from the. Oh, he's talking about Survivor.
Yeah. No. We're talking about no. We know Resident Evil Survivor came to the West. We're talking about this game, whatever.
Yeah, we're talking about 𝐬𝐻𝐵𝐿.
This atrocity is, and I'm glad it didn't come to the West because they should never release this game ever.
You don't think it looks good?
No, it doesn't.
Here you go. Let's see.
Got Tony Atlas. I swear to God.
These credits are killing me.
Oh, yeah, no. If I beat this game and this is what happens at the end, I'm very furious.
I'm so glad we got that, though.
I'm glad we got
something
it too.
Today.
Yeah, we did. That this game sucks and we'll never, ever, ever play this game.
That's true. That is true. But I want to know some random facts about it, dude. I want some random facts about this game.
Please tell me something that I can take with me forever.
Yeah. I mean, besides that music,
besides that cover, like this cover looks nothing like the game.
Yeah. Random facts about 𝐬𝐻𝐵𝐿 Aniki SNES.
It's probably gonna say we can't find anything about it.
Yeah, it's like this game was shit. All right, so Aniki aesthetic. Oh wow. Okay. The 𝐬𝐻𝐵𝐿 series is known for its bizarre, humorous art style, featuring muscular, nearly nude male characters in various flamboyant poses and scenarios.
What?
The protagonist 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜, or one of his companions, shooting down enemies, avoiding obstacles. Okay, yep.
Who is
it?
It
was released in Japan in 1992. It didn't receive a wide international release, which contributed to its cult status among gamers. Cultural impact. It had none.
None.
Fans translations. Okay. Well, that's it. Yeah. That's interesting. Oh, so our game Gambit for today was 𝐬𝐻𝐵𝐿 Aniki on the SNES in 1992. It was released.
I feel like they should find the people who gave this seal of approval. Like, I want to hear from this guy.
Yeah.
He might not even be alive anymore. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if he is,
Messiah
shame.
Games. Why is that familiar? Messiah Games. Messiah Games. Why is that familiar? Gray Lance. Oh, the Langrisser series.
Okay.
Langrisser 2 on the Genesis. Okay. Now I know. Evo Search for Eden. Yep. SNES 1992. You remember that? Evo?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so okay, that's why I know them from. Yeah, so it's a known company, just this was their first game. That's funny.
I wish they wouldn't have made this game. I wish this game didn't exist, honestly. I kind of like living in a world knowing that this game didn't exist, but now that I know it exists, I'm kind of disturbed about it because it's terrible.
All right, Grant. That is our podcast. Thanks, guys, for joining. Yeah,
are you signing off or am I signing off?
Huh?
Who's doing the signing off here?
I'm responding to one of our listeners right now, Grant.
You're talking over
Excuse me. Can we respond to our listeners, Grant? Are you saying we should not be responding to our listeners, Grant?
I'm not saying that.
Are you dissing our listeners, Grant?
I'm not dissing my listeners.
𝐻𝐵𝐿. Yeah, it might have had an effect on Breath of Fire 2. Maybe 3. Yeah, you're right about that. All right. Guys, Grant, sign us off.
All right, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Go hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Go hit that follow button on Twitter. Go hit that follow button on TikTok. Mm-hmm. You can hit that follow button on Instagram. There's only one Rhaegar game. I mean, I'm playing Karnov. That's the only thing that's on there.
You made our Facebook yet?
Haven't made our Facebook yet, dude. I gotta get. Here's the thing about Facebook. when you get back on Facebook, everybody's like, hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in 10 years. You know, you try to avoid Facebook, but I can't do it no longer. I have to come back out of the shadows.
You know, the best way to do that is not put our names on anything. Just put Disgruntled Middle-Aged Gamers or DMG Gaming Podcast. Yeah. And you can avoid most of that.
Yeah, but guess what? When you do SEO and stuff like that, oh boy, it'll show up.
I never put our names on anything, buddy.
All right,
buddy.
We'll get to the Facebook, and we'll be on Facebook soon. I'll let y'all know that when that happens. But we have a listener who gave us a top 10 for Tuesday. But if you have a top 10 that you want to give it to us for our next Friday's podcast. We'll do whatever we want as long as I don't get us banned or kicked off.
Yep,
we can do it, and we'll tell you if we've already done it. And then we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, we will see y'all next week. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.
Peace.